body on the shot. Go, Georgia Southern!
Humber kill once again.
And the Savannah has a touchdown. Eagles take the lead.
Long shot and blocked by Karen Shack.
Here Georgia Southern with a strike from the outside corner. And it's in! Eagle Nation, welcome into Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Alongside Colin Lacey, I'm Danny Reed. In this week's opening segment, brought to you by Optum Medical Center, it's the first of 2 straight trips to the Pelican State for Georgia Southern football. But Colin, this was unlike anything any Sun Belt team had ever experienced. Not only was this a trip to take on the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns, but they were ranked 19th in the country, the highest a Sun Belt team has ever been ranked in the 20 years of the league.
Coach Lunsford and the entire staff leading up to the game talked about how they were expecting a 60-minute dogfight. That's exactly what you got down in Acadiana for Georgia Southern and Ragin' Cajuns.
Georgia Southern did jump out to a 7-0 lead on J.D. King's 2-yard touchdown run seconds into the second quarter, only to see the Cajuns go right back down the field, benefiting from a Georgia Southern penalty on a 4th and short. Trey Regis finishing that drive with a 10-yard touchdown run, and it was 7-7 going into the locker room. And then to start the third quarter, it seemed that both teams struggled to get consistency on the offensive end, but Alex Rayner made his 3rd field goal of the season, and the Eagles took a 10-7 lead.
And you see what Alex Rayner has meant to this team. We talked about him a couple of weeks ago, following in the footsteps of Koo and Bass, and being able to carry on that legacy. I think SportsCenter talked about it on Saturday morning, how his kicker's you for Georgia Southern, and Alex Rayner trying to continue that legacy.
Nate Snyder responded for the Cajuns with a field goal of his own after starting just 1 of 5 on the season that tied the game at 10 going into the fourth quarter. Cajuns took their first lead about halfway through the period on a touchdown pass from Levi Lewis to Errol Rogers, the first career touchdown for the Lafayette Christian Academy standout. Cajuns took a 17-10 lead, and Colin, it looked like Georgia Southern was at least going to tie the game on a 59-yard reception from Bo Johnson, but as he was trying to exchange the football into his other hand, fumbled out of the end zone and an unfortunate touchback.
Initially, it was ruled as a touchdown on the field, but the replay buzzes down to the field. They go and take a look at it, rightfully call it a fumble into the back of the end zone, and it's a touchback for Louisiana.
Good thing for the Georgia Southern defense, they forced a 3-and-out, getting the football back with 1:36 left. All the Eagles needed was 40 seconds to go downfield, using the pass of all things, as Shai Wertz went 4 of 4, 51 yards on the drive. He actually threw for 255 in the game, most by an Eagle quarterback in 11 years. But the play maybe of the year, maybe of the last couple years, Caleb Hood's lunging one-handed diving catch cut it to 17-16 with 54 ticks left. The Eagles stayed aggressive, opting to go for 2. Wertz kept the play alive, found Darion Anderson for a 2-point conversion. It was 18-17, but the Cajuns, they showed their ranking. They made one more play when they needed to. Nate Snyder's 53-yard field goal at the horn gave the Cajuns a 20-18 victory over Georgia Southern as the Eagles finished the weekend with a 1-1 record and 0-1 in Sun Belt Conference play. When we come back from this timeout, we'll learn more about Georgia Southern offensive tackle Brian Miller as Blue White Weekly continues.
It's back, the return of the prestigious Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, honoring college sports excellence across all competitive divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow along with L Directors Cup on Twitter or online to see which schools will be taking home a first-place trophy in June for their season-long success. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, a premier institutional award jointly launched in 1993 by USA Today and NACDA.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Hi, I'm Paul Newman with Statesboro Real Estate, the broker and owner, also co-owner of PMG Rentals, which is a property management company. As a Georgia Southern graduate in 2005, I got into real estate fresh out of school and was excited to have the opportunity to be the official real estate agent of Georgia Southern Athletics. I would say what sets me apart is the drone and online marketing presence that Statesboro Real Estate has to offer. Statesboro is such a small town and just has a really cool feel to it, and it's neat to see somebody at the grocery store, at the ball fields, and know that you've helped them in the past and have the opportunity to continue to help them pursue their dream home. PMG Rentals is a great value adder to Statesboro Real Estate for the fact that if you're a renter, we can show you houses to buy in the future, and also if you're an investor, you can purchase with us and then lean to PMG as your property management for the future. Whether you're looking to buy an investment property, have it professionally managed with PMG Rentals, buying your first home, or buying your dream home, make sure you call Paul.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford, go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Savannah native Brian Miller started every game at right tackle for Georgia Southern during the 10-win season in 2018, but a freak injury at the end of camp in 2019 cost him his entire season. But in this week's Georgia Southern story presented by Ford, we look at his journey from the training room back to the starting lineup.
The day I got hurt, it was like the last couple of days of camp, and I was just casually just jogging. I wasn't even running. I was just jogging. Sometimes, sometimes my knee braces get caught together. I was like, all right, ain't no biggie. I just need to, run better, walk better, do whatever. But that day, they just got caught together as I was jogging, and then I think I was up in the air, and then like my right leg was just like straight. It was straight, and then I came down on it, and I just felt everything just shatter in my hip. They tried to get me up, but I couldn't stand up, and that's when they realized that, this is pretty serious. So, I went to the hospital. They're saying, okay, yeah, the hip is dislocated, and then, there's a part of it that's broken off. And, they were just telling me that, I'm just gonna tell you right now that there is a chance that you might not be able to play football again. Well, after my surgery, my doctor said that for the first 3 months, I couldn't put no weight on my hip. And from there, I was able to start walking in November. And after that, it was another 3 months until I could start running again. And then, at the beginning of camp, I wasn't full contact. I was actually no contact for probably the first 3 days. I was no contact, and then I got into some contact. And then it was like the week before game week, I was in quarantine just because of close contact. And then that was supposed to be working my way until I was supposed to start having contact, working my way into like some team case scenarios versus the defense, and working my way into full team with like full pass, being able to cut and stuff like that. But then that stopped. But I think they gave me about 3 practices because they left it all on me. They was like, we're going to put this decision on you, if you feel like you're ready to go, we're gonna put you out there. If not, then we're not gonna force you to be out there. You're not ready, So I had those 3 practices that game week. I felt good. I told them I was ready to go, and Coach Hudson told me that Tuesday that I was starting at left tackle. Man, just waking up on game day, it was surreal. It was kind of like going back to the South Carolina State game in 2018, my first game, my first college game, my first start. It just felt like that. Like, we back, we here, and everything was just surreal. I just took it all in, I was just happy along the way. Seeing them in the stands, it put a smile on my face, It made me happy to know that everything we just went through, you know, throughout this whole year, you know what I'm saying, it was a long process. And just for them to feel relieved and just happy to be able to see their son, you know, play again, like that just meant everything to me, because I mean, that's what I work for, to put a smile on their faces like that, you know, just to be able to make them proud. You know, that was just, it was amazing just to see them back here in the stands with me playing. That was like, it's like, okay, I did it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I accomplished that goal of like playing again.
When we return from this break, it's time to talk Georgia Southern Olympic sports as Blue White Weekly continues.
What's important now, more than ever, is making sure you are connected. Bullock Solutions is Statesboro's partner in high-speed internet, phone, and smart home technology with residential and commercial solutions. We continue to move forward and are here to get you connected.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. Others may talk about the new normal, but at Optum Health System, we've always provided high-quality, personalized care safely. If you have recently delayed your care, we want to reassure you we are prepared to care for you. Our absolute commitment to safe, high-quality, personalized care is stronger than ever. We welcome you back to Optum Health System.
The great thing about joining the Sun Belt for Georgia Southern was, you know, that opportunity for our guys to go experience bowl games. They're able to fight for a conference championship each and every year, and then have the opportunity to go finish the season off with a bowl victory.
Our team recreated each moment in a way that honors the story and retells the story for many generations to come. From the beginning, we've always just wanted to build something that honored Georgia Southern, and they'll stand the test of time.
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
What's important now, more than ever, is making sure you are connected. Bullock Solutions is Statesboro's partner in high-speed internet, phone, and smart home technology with residential and commercial solutions. We continue to move forward and are here to get you connected.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford. Go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. In this week's look at Eagle Olympic sports, Colin for Georgia Southern men's soccer looking for their first victory of the season, non-conference play in their home opener against UAB.
Open up the home slate against the Blazers coming into Statesboro as we take a look back at those highlights now. Georgia Southern men's soccer took on UAB on Saturday evening at Eagle Field in Erk Park for the final non-conference game in 2020. The Eagles would get the scoring started as Adam Davey leaves it for Alhaji Tambadu, takes it across the top of the box, and drills it to put Georgia Southern up 1-0 in the 18th minute. The Eagles would add a second goal in the 34th minute, as this time Adam Davey, who led the Eagles in scoring a year ago, knocked in his first of the year. Aldair Cortez and CJ Smith would get the assist as the Eagles go up on UAB 2-0. Into the second half, more of the same for Georgia Southern, as off a corner kick, Guy Diatti finds the back of the net in the 67th minute. Aldair Cortez gets credit for his second assist of the game, and the Eagles take the lead over UAB through 67 minutes of 3-0. UAB would battle back late in the game in the 69th minute. Cale Lowry sends a rocket from almost 30 feet out and gets UAB on the board, but still trails 3-1. Then in the final minute of the game, the Blazers cut the Eagle lead to 1 as the ball is ricocheted around in the box. before finally bodied in by Grayson DuPont to cut the Eagle lead to 3-2, but Georgia Southern would hang on and pick up the 3-2 victory over the UAB Blazers on Saturday evening. Once again, it was a 3-2 victory for Georgia Southern men's soccer over the UAB Blazers in the home opener of 2020. They will look to continue the hot streak as they go up to Atlanta tomorrow night, 7 o'clock the kickoff against Georgia State. Georgia Southern women's soccer, just coming back from Georgia State, fell to the Panthers 1-0 inside Turner Field in Atlanta on Sunday evening. They will have 2 more on the road this week, as they had South Alabama last night and then have Troy tomorrow night in Troy, Alabama.
Meanwhile, for Georgia Southern volleyball, as we mentioned on last week's edition, they couldn't start their season because Appalachian State had some COVID concerns, but the Eagle volleyball team did get it going up in Atlanta the last couple of days against Georgia State. We'll recap those on next week's edition, and the team is also getting ready to finally christen the home portion of its schedule with a series against Troy.
We've got 3 games against Troy inside Hanner Fieldhouse coming up this next weekend. 2 on Friday, 11 a.m. the first serve and 6 p.m. the first serve, and then a 1 o'clock first serve next Saturday for Georgia Southern volleyball. And I think Coach Willis said it best. It couldn't get here soon enough.
I look at how hard that team works. He's been able to keep his whole staff together. They're so active on social media. It seems like it's time for them to make that move.
Without a doubt. I don't know that there's anybody hungrier, and I think we've said that about a lot of different people around Georgia Southern football. But as far as volleyball concerned, I don't know that there's anybody hungrier than that staff over in the Parish building.
Coming up on our next segment in Coach's Corner, we visit with cross-country coach Wes Penberthy as Blue White Weekly continues.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
The great thing about joining the Sun Belt for Georgia Southern was, that opportunity for our guys to go experience bowl games. They're able to fight for a conference championship each and every year, and then have the opportunity to go finish the season off with a bowl victory.
Our team recreated each moment in a way that honors the story and retells the story for many generations to come. From the beginning, we've always just wanted to build something that honored Georgia Southern, and they'll stand the test of time.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford. Go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back into this week's edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. As we step into this week's edition of Coach's Corner, we sit down with cross-country coach and Wes Penberthy. And Wes, appreciate you joining us. The last 6 months have been absolutely crazy for everybody in athletics, but for cross-country, what has COVID really affected with this team?
I think obviously, first of all, with summer training and everything, we actually started a little earlier than normal. Since everybody basically was done with track season in March, we're really in a 9-month in-season period. So we took a break after track was officially over, and then we kind of started summer training a little early. Kind of when it rolling into the season and everything. For us, it's been a lot tougher to get meets and stuff in. It's been one of the tougher things and is just trying to find competition.
This year, Georgia Southern's supposed to host 2 meets in Statesboro, the first of which gets canceled in the beginning part of September. How good did it feel to get back out on the course in Statesboro with the GATA Classic this past weekend?
It was great, and it was the opener for this home course. This course is much faster, and on top of that, we just wanted to break it in a little bit and see how we could do there. So just being be able to compete at all has been kind of a blessing, and so we were real happy with that. Especially, we do have a young roster with 7 freshmen on the roster, and so just getting them like reps and just racing, is something we're always looking to do right now.
Everybody knows the name Merab Ngwandala for Georgia Southern track and cross country. What is the biggest strength that she brings to this team?
She's, her mentality is very much on training. Kind of even when she's not in practice, it's kind of like what's going to help me kind of be better, as an athlete. She, she gets all of her stuff done. She, she does whatever she needs to do outside of practice and kind of has that mindset that everything that I'm doing, even at home, that can affect how I run. And that's a big thing she brings and kind of emphasizes with some of the younger athletes as well.
Off of the course, what's the main mission for this squad?
To better ourselves as people and as a student athlete, so and like kind of the whole picture. And so when you're 22, 23 and you're graduating from Georgia Southern, are you really ready to take that next step into life? And while some people, it's hard to be ready for something you've never had to really deal with or do before, but are we preparing them for life and preparing them to be successful after this?
What's the biggest expectations that you and the staff have for this squad in 2020?
Biggest thing is just, continue to grow and develop. At the end of the day, we can't control how anybody else runs. We can't control what they do. All we can control is how we work and how we handle things. That's all you can ask them to do. Are we putting the best effort and the best possible versions of ourselves out there?
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck this year. That wraps up another edition of Coach's Corner here on Blue White Weekly. Stick around. We'll have more Blue White Weekly right after this.
This is it. This is the day we worked for. All the months of preparation, all the hard work. Blue collar, discipline, toughness. That is what has led to this moment. There are people out there that tell you you can't do it. But what do we say to that? GATA! They will tell you you're not fast enough. They'll tell you you're not strong enough. But what do we say to that? GATA! They will tell you you can't have it, you don't deserve it. But what do we say to that? GATA! Get after those assets.
So you'd like to open a checking account today?
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford, go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. As we mentioned in our opening segment, Georgia Southern heads right back to Louisiana this weekend. Eagle football looking for some positive vibes going into the Appalachian State game in a week and a half from now. It's the Eagles and ULM from Malone Stadium, JPS Field. 7 o'clock Eastern kickoff on ESPN+. Our Eagle Tailgate show across the Georgia Southern Sports Network begins at 5 o'clock Eastern. These Warhawks, Colin, they might be 0-3 on the season, but that doesn't tell you the fact that they've got one of the league's best running backs in Josh Johnson and probably the league's best tight end in Josh Peterson.
You've got so many weapons for this ULM, especially on the offensive side. Breaking in a new quarterback. Thank goodness Caleb Evans is no longer with the ULM Warhawks. Colby Suits takes over for him as the sophomore. But you've got so many weapons. You mentioned Josh Johnson at running back, Josh Peterson at the tight end spot. The big part of this ULM offense that has really stuck out, their inability to run the ball this year in 2020.
Yeah, it's troubling. Through 3 games this season, 111 yards rushing total. Only 3 carries of 10+. 37 yards per game, average yards per carry of 1.9. And thinking about Josh Johnson last year, 1,298 yards, 11 touchdowns. He averaged 6.5 yards per carry by himself. That was 10th best in the country.
You've seen what he has. You see so many weapons like we've talked about for ULM. You and I have touched on it a couple of times this week. This is not necessarily an 0-3 team. Yes, that's their record, but they have so many weapons for this team, so much talent, so much dedication to this program, and being able to see them at 0-3, you realize it's going to break at some point. For Georgia Southern, you just hope it's not this weekend at Malone Stadium.
And the deeper story for the Warhawks, they missed 10 days of fall camp at the end of August. They were also hit by Hurricane Laura on August the 27th. They weren't supposed to get hit by it, but the storm took an unfortunate track towards northeast Louisiana. And they just haven't been able to get things settled. Oh, by the way, they lost their defensive coordinator less than 2 weeks before the opener at Army as Mike Collins abruptly resigned. Scott Stoker taking over. He is the only remaining assistant coach from Matt Viator's original staff back in 2016, but he's got a lot of experience. Former head coach at Northwestern State, and he was also Willie Fritz's former defensive coordinator at Sam Houston.
And I think if you're Scott Stoker, the best thing that you could do and what he has done for this ULM team is not come in and try to change a whole lot. From Mike Collins' side to Scott Stoker, there's not a whole lot of differences. And so being able to keep that continuity with this ULM defense, you've got a lot of weapons, a lot of guys that have played meaningful snaps for this ULM Warhawks team.
It's an undersized unit, primarily playing a 4-2-5. They call their buck position an extra defensive back. They do get a lot of tackles behind the line of scrimmage. They had 9 stops against Texas State behind the line of scrimmage, but again, coming into this matchup against the Eagles with an 0-3 record. Georgia Southern only has 1 victory all-time at Malone Stadium. That was back in 2015, but tonight they go for their first conference victory of 2020. 7 o'clock Eastern kick on ESPN+. Eagle Tailgate starts at 5. Thanks as always for the fine production work from our Multimedia Development Center. For Colin Lacey, this is Danny Reed, and you've been watching Blue White Weekly.